What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far, fantastic week. Hope you're staying safe and healthy during these interesting times in the world that we got going. I want to bring you today the top 15 ball mastery skills that I love doing that help me improve my game, my feet, and my confidence on the ball. As you will see within the video, I have structured them in a purposeful way, so hopefully you can do them in order. You can make this one full session. As always, I don't like prescribing reps and sets, but for ball mastery, we can definitely do that. I would say you take each technique, each exercise, and do about 15 to 30 seconds really slow, maybe even slow motion, and then go for about 15 to 30 seconds at high speed, high pace, at about game intensity, and do about 1 to 3 sets of each exercise with those. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I will see you at the end. Before we get into the video, I would greatly appreciate if you could click that like button, click that subscribe button. Normally, I do not like to do this at all, but I checked the YouTube analytics a couple days ago and I see that about 70% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. So if you subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out and it really helps others out because my videos are videos that I wish I saw when I was a younger footballer. All right, let's get into the video. So we're going to be working on a roundabout touch using the sole part of our foot. As you see here, we are working on a semicircle and we're picking up the ball with that outside foot. We're making a nice semicircle using the sole part of the foot near the big toe region so we can be sharp and precise the entire time. This is an excellent way that you can get out of any type of pressure that you're in. Just using the sole of your foot, just being able to turn using that sole part of your foot. And as you see here, you're just picking the ball up with each foot, creating that semicircle. And as always, start slow, get the rhythm down, get the technique, get the fluidity and the coordination before trying to be more explosive and more aggressive. Here we're going to be working some right-footed figure eights. So we're going to have 3 cones or 2 cones and a nice water bottle in a triangle. So what we're doing is we're dribbling around those middle cones, those 2 top cones in a figure 8 like pattern. And then as soon as we get out of that, we're coming back to the front cone and repeating. So as you see here, we're taking short, sharp, and intricate touches around those 2 cones in a figure 8 like pattern, coming back to the start using the outside part of our foot and then repeating the same thing. As always with these figure 8 drills, we want to remain low to the ground, keep our center of gravity low, keep our center of mass nice and low, keep our body over the ball the entire time to remain strong. Here we're going to be working on left-footed figure 8s. So as you see here, we have 3 cones or 2 cones and a nice water bottle set up in a triangle-like fashion. That water bottle is the start of the drill. Those 2 cones in the middle is what we're going to be doing the figure 8s around. So as you see here, each rep is going to be 1 figure 8 around those middle cones, and then we're going to come back to the water bottle to reset. So as you see, we're using the left foot only. We're starting using the outside part of the foot on that first cone, rounding it in a figure 8 like pattern, and then coming back to the water bottle to reset and start again. The V open is an excellent way to work on the sole and the inside of your foot, being able to pull the ball explosively and open those hips. But it's also an excellent way to work on opening up those hips. And I got a question on Instagram the other day asking me, why is it useful to work on opening the hips in the game of football? And it's simple. If you're an outside back, if you're a center mid, if you're anyone, you want to open your hips to play. When you receive the ball, you want to open your hips to play. For example, if you're an outside back, you receive the ball from your center back, you want to take that touch forward, have your hips open so you could play forward. So what you're doing here is pulling that ball explosively in a V letter formation. You're pulling that ball with the same foot, taking an inside touch and repeating it with the other foot. So for this drill, we're going to be working in a slalom. As you see here, as we get to the cone, we're going to pull the ball aggressively into our body, take the ball using the inside part of our foot in the other direction and repeat. As you see here, you want to use the foot closest to the cone, pull that ball into your body aggressively, open those hips, take that inside touch to the direction of the other cone, and repeat. In this drill, we're working on the insides and the outsides of the foot. As you see, all we're doing is taking one touch with the outside, one touch with the inside, and repeating. You want to take that outside touch out of your body, and then take that inside touch, kind of make it like a cut back, then take that other outside touch away from the body, cut it back, and repeat it. As you see here, you want to keep a nice slight knee bend, and you want to move as quickly and fluidly as possible through the movement. Like I always say, you're going to start the movement very slowly, and then as you see here, you're starting to speed it up while keeping control of the ball. If you feel the ball getting out of your feet, getting away from your body, slow it down. But you want to challenge yourself and try to move as quickly as possible while taking bigger, explosive, accelerative touches. The freestyle box using the insides and outsides of your foot only is an excellent way to work on getting into the box and just moving around the box, trying to find your flow. Obviously, the restriction is using only the insides and the outsides of our feet to move around the box. So that's what you're doing. When you hit a line, when you hit a corner, you're trying to turn, get out of that space as quickly as possible while using the insides and the outsides of your foot. That was a quick roll, but don't do that. You can do that. But our goal is to try to move around as quickly as possible with the inside and outside of our foot. And as you see there, it's okay to mess up. It's okay. It's part of the game. What are you going to do? You can't cry about it. Get back and get going. If you mispass a ball, if your teammate takes a missed touch, you can't stop the game. You just keep going. And that's what it's all about. Keep going. This is personally one of my favorites. The pullback immediately into an outside touch. As you see here, all we're going to do is use two markers, set them up about 2 to 3 shoe lengths apart, and work in between the cones. As you see, you're pulling the ball behind your leg, immediately going into an outside touch in your stride with the other leg. Most importantly here is to start very slowly as you saw in the beginning, and then as you see now, I'm starting to speed it up, be more explosive, be more powerful with the movement. For the repeated outside chops, all you're going to do is take one small touch, one bigger touch, and then you need to get around that ball and chop it with the outside of your foot on the outside of the ball. So as you see, you take that small touch to prepare, take a little bit of a larger touch to the other cone, and then get around that ball with the other foot. These are much, much tougher than they look. Make sure you bring maximum intent to this drill, and you concentrate on that sharp deceleration on the other side of the ball. For this drill, we're going to be using the outside part of our feet to move around the middle cones in a figure 8 fashion. As soon as you finish that figure 8, you're going to come back to that start cone and then repeat the same thing. As you see, you're coming around the cone using the outside part of your feet, and you're immediately switching when you hit that cone so you can turn around that same cone using the other foot. So you're going to be alternating the feet the entire time, just using the outsides. Most importantly, you want to keep your body over the ball, your center of mass over the ball. So here's another one of my favorites. I call it the continuous Cruyff. You can call it the continuous cutback, whatever you want, as long as you're doing it. As you see here, all we're doing is continuously Cruyffing that ball. The key here is the weight of your Cruyff touch. As you see, we're using the inside part of our foot near that big toe region. The reason we're using the big toe region, and I speak about it quite often, is we're using those small little intricate parts of the foot, making sure to focus and concentrate on using that while hitting the right part of the ball so you can direct the ball in the direction you want. The key here is to be sharp and precise, and all you're doing is lowering that shoulder, Cruyffing the ball from one side to the other while concentrating on keeping that weight correct. So a freestyle box using and focusing on the Cruyff. we can still use the insides and the outsides of our feet as we move around the box, but the main focus here is to try to really zone in and focus on cutting that ball with the inside of your foot. Some people call it a Cruyff. I like to call it a Cruyff. Some people call it a cutback. But all we're doing is using that inside part of our foot near the big toe region to cut that ball back. Cut that ball back and Cruyff it. As you see, if you hit a corner, if you hit a line, you're trying to be very explosive, decelerate, and Cruyff that ball the other way. And obviously that's what I'm working on here. Get around, enjoy it a little bit, move around, be free, get into a flow, and use that Cruyff turn, that cutback turn to move around. So here we're working the right-footed triangle, one of my favorite ball mastery moves. As you see here, it's a 3-step movement. So first thing we're doing is pulling the ball into our body using our right foot, touching it behind with the inside part of the foot near the big toe, and then as it comes around, we're rolling it to basically reset with the left foot. So now we're working the left-footed triangle. As you see here, using the left foot. It's a 3-step move, 3-step process. As I always talk about, I want you to take this process slowly and really get it ingrained to your body. And as I always talk about, if you make a mistake, you just keep going. It's fine. I'm not just going to show you perfect reps. That's not what it's about. I think my feet are pretty good, but I want to show you that you do screw up. So now we're adding in some rolls. We're going to move around inside our box using the insides, the outsides of our feet, using that Cruyff turn, and now adding in the sole of our foot. We're trying to focus on using that sole to turn as we hit corners, as we move through the box. The whole purpose of this thing is to just move around the box, have some fun, find space, and then use and utilize different surfaces of your foot. As we do this, our goal is to move around, and without thinking, we're just using each surface of our foot to be as efficient and effective as possible while moving around the box. We train so much using drills, so let's let the mind wander a bit. Let's enjoy. Let's have some fun. Let's create our own art. This is what it's all about, right? Here we're going to be working the inside of the foot, figure eights. So as you see here, we have the cones in a figure 8 pattern, in a triangle pattern, and we're using the inside part of our feet to dribble around the cones. As you see here, 1 rep equals dribbling around those middle cones in a figure 8 fashion using the inside part of our feet, dribbling around that start cone, and then repeating. What you truly have all been waiting for. Freedom. Freedom is fantastic. No restrictions. Moving around the box, enjoying ourselves, having a smile on our face while we move in and around the box, using any surface of our foot, any type of move, anything that we enjoy while playing this beautiful game. So we're going to move around the box and create our own art. Go out there, it's your canvas, create that art in that box while using the rolls. The insides, the outsides, the Cruyffs, the cutbacks, whatever you want to call it. Using every surface of the foot to find space, be efficient, and be effective while doing it. You're going to mess up. You're going to screw up. It's okay. What do? You keep going. You keep going. You don't stop. You keep on pushing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope it helped you out most importantly, and I hope you're going to take it into your individual training right away, apply it, and take action, because we both know that's the only way that you're going to get better. Consistent action, reps, reps, reps at a high quality. Anyways, if you liked the video, please drop me a like. Please hit that subscribe button like I told you at the beginning of the video, and I will see you in the next video. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. Deuces.